Hey guys, and welcome back. So let's add the displacement now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the library. I'm going to type in ocean. I'm going to create an ocean surface, and come on, and this has a few nodes that's going to save me some time. So if I dive inside, I am basically after the displacement setup. I'm going to copy. I don't need this. I need this. This part. I don't need that at the moment. I don't need all of that. And this, sorry, this I don't need. Scale I don't need, and anything that comes with it. Displacement amount I don't need, and this is the part that I need. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to save the file as v4. And let's go into the water shader live, and I'm going to paste this. And let's connect the properties to the collect. We need these attributes declared. And then I'm going to connect this. And all I need to do is define the spectrum file name. So let's go up. I'm gonna copy paste the spectrum. I'm gonna load in the first one, so spectrum map 1, and let's take a look at how it looks like. I'm gonna disconnect this and set the color to white so we can easily see it. And I'm gonna add some reflection because it helps see the displacement. Okay, let's hit render and see what we get. It may take some time for it to start, but I'll probably pause in case it takes too long. So right now it's creating the displaced geo, and all this is, I think we've covered this already, but all it's doing is the ocean spectrum node. We're taking the position, transforming that to feed it into the proper, to give this node the proper space, and then the transform to current, make sure this is set to direction vector, and then we're adding that into the point position to displace it, compute the new shading normal, and then passing that to the displacement. And let's reduce this, and there we go. That's our displacement, and currently it's being applied everywhere. So this is layer number 1, and what I'm going to do is use the amount, use this as the displacement amount, and let's hit render. And we can also use, we can also multiply the map here before we add it to the point position. Multiply it here, and that's gonna give us the correct result as well. But let's see how this looks. And it should start rendering very, very soon. Okay. Let's switch back and forth. And it didn't affect this part for some reason. Yeah, it didn't displace this part. But what we're doing is correct. So let's continue. So what I'm going to do next is, instead of multiplying using that value to drive the displacement amount, I'm going to disconnect that, and I don't need this to be here. I'm gonna move this, and the first attribute, the first mask, I'm gonna multiply it by the big map. Pardon me. So large map, and then we're gonna do the same thing. So I'm gonna copy this node, and let's call this 2. I don't need a mask name. All this is the same. That's fine. And we're gonna do the same thing here. Displacement, and then we're gonna add this as well. But we want to multiply it with the second mask, which is the high frequency, and let's plug in that map. If it didn't work, there is probably some something technical about it, but the setup is fully correct now. Okay. Maybe I did. Let's make sure the shader is correct. Yep, the correct shader. That's the second spectrum. Displacement amount. And let's make sure we have some bounds. Let's increase this to 3. Yep, that's it. And let's go to the upper level. I'm going to connect back the shader. And let's connect this to the diffuse color, and let's also include everything we have in the scene, including the volume. And let's hit render, and I'm gonna pause. Let's see, maybe we can wait. Just not sure why. Oh, I know why. So what happened is, see, only this surface got displaced up, moved up. That's because I believe the displacement amount is set to 0. Yep, so set to 0. I'm going to set it to 1. And what we're seeing in this render is just the normals. Okay, so it's not going to show us anything except the normals here. And we need to set the displacement amount to 1, and then we can. The scale has been tweaked to 0.1 in this case, but we can change that to fit the visual that we were looking for. Yeah, this was set to 0, and then when I connected the map, it only displaced this map. Otherwise, it's been transforming the normals, which looks like this. And this, if we look here, these two, there shouldn't be any difference. It's only displacement. There is some, but this is the correct one. So let's see. So this is 17. And we should see the displacement here. Yep. Displacement looking good. No displacement in the shallow area, so our masks is working, and we're getting, I believe, is high frequency details here. I think all of this is high frequency. Now the last part that we need to add to get this to look proper is to also displace the volume geometry, because you can see here there is a mismatch. The volume inside is not the same as the surface, and we need both of them to match exactly. So all we have to do is copy all of this, including this node, and I'm going to go to the water volume live, and I'm going to connect this, and I'm going to pass it into the output collector. And it already has these properties, so I'm going to disconnect this, and I'm going to add just my own displacement. I don't the shader by default comes with this, and that's it. I'm gonna do another render. And then we're gonna move on to adding the foam. So let's hit render again, and